Hello, I'm Austin Heyman. Welcome to Seniors Today, a monthly program produced by the Commission on Aging and devoted entirely to issues and interests of Montgomery County seniors. This month we learn about the wonderful opportunities of Montgomery County's library services and a job expo for those over 50. But first, we were fortunate to host Dr. Jean Cohn a number of times on this show. Dr. Cohn was a pioneer psychiatrist in the field of aging and the brain. Jean passed away in 2009, but he inspired a national organization called the National Center for Creative Aging. And I'm so very pleased to have Gay Hanna, the executive director of the center, joining me today. Well, welcome, Gay, to Seniors Today.
Thank you so much, Austin.
So tell us why this center was created.
Well, Jean indeed founded us right at Iona Senior Services down the street on Wisconsin Avenue. And we're there to advocate that aging is filled with potential, that creative expression is really where we put life experience together with our knowledge, and wisdom grows.
So there's a connection between creative expression and being healthy.
Oh, being healthy, and in fact, Jean's seminal research found that people engaged in things like singing and dancing, telling stories, writing books, and really listening and involving themselves in the arts actually improved in their health significantly.
Yeah, in fact, this book, The Mature Mind, The Power of the Aging Brain, I remember reading it.
That was his last book, and it talked about this study where there was less medication used. The people in the study were 80 years old, little plus, and their health got better.
Wow.
And it truly, plus it's just a joy. It's part of our deepest human spirit to connect with each other through the arts.
So music, painting,
drama, storytelling. Now there's a lot in technology. We have in Florida actually a wonderful poet that uses his iPad to send his poetry out across the rural communities. He may be in a tiny spot there outside of Gainesville, but he communicates with the world.
Wow. So you have something called a Beautiful Mind Project. Tell us about that.
Yes, the National Center for Creative Aging has partnered with Life's DHA, a nutritional producer, and we search for people. Ordinary people like me, like you, you certainly are a superstar, Austin, but the rest of us, we like to take advantage of every day and how glorious we could make it, not getting stuck in routines. And these individuals, and I'm sure many in your audience, have achieved success. Jean Cohen would say we've got two kinds of creativity. The big C, which we always hear about, those are the people that find vaccines, that help people.
Matisse, I think he cited once.
That's right, Matisse. But then Jean really drew our attention to how we can have little c creativity in everything we do, which sparks our lives. So we collect stories of people.
Can you tell us one?
Well, I thought I'd share with you in this beautiful springtime weather, one of my favorite Beautiful Mind story, and that's John Geidner. He was a photographer of just products, commercials, advertisements in Nashville. And in his backyard, he found there was a creek, and he decided, he knew that creek connected with the Mississippi River. And he decided to take a little sabbatical from his job, and he got a small boat and his camera, and he went down the Mississippi River, just like Huckleberry Finn. And to that end, he photographed this beautiful book, The River Within, which really is about creative aging, is tapping that river within each of us that flows and is generative and gives to the whole community.
So how old was this gentleman?
Well, he started this in his early 60s. After he went down the Mississippi at 62, he decided he left his boat in New Orleans, came back with a little teeny sailboat, and sailed around Florida, stopped, and last year he was in Annapolis.
Great,
so
great.
Now John's in his late 60s, and we hear from him from time to time. But he's one of the many inspirational stories.
Now the center is a resource. You do a lot of connecting with partners and so on, but you're having a big conference, I believe, in May.
Yes, last year actually we started our first conference, and it was to pay tribute to someone from Montgomery County, had her studio in Tacoma Park for many, many years, Liz Lerman.
Oh yeah,
She was a founder, along with Jean, of really tapping creative potential across.
Oh yeah, she received a MacArthur Award. I remember.
She certainly did,
yeah.
And she's now working for University of Maryland, and her dance program goes on.
Where and when is your conference?
It is May 18th through 21st at the beautiful Arena Stage. So we'll have older artists. In fact, we start our conference with a choral group from Chinatown called the Silver Singers.
Oh, wow.
And then at lunch, we will have the Silver Slippers, which are part of Arts for the Aging.
Oh, which is a local
It
resource right here. So if people want to find out more about your conference and your resources, what is your website?
Our website, I'll hold up this glorious picture of our beautiful minds. Our website is www.creativeaging.org. So just think creative aging and you're there.
That's terrific. Well, I know you also have a initiative about creative caregiving.
Yes, we look in terms of providing advocacy and research and education around 3 different areas. Lifelong learning, we can learn all our life, and health and wellness is another area. How do we use the arts in providing better quality of care? So we're developing a caregiving toolkit that uses the arts to help caregivers and their care partners, their loved ones, break out of the mold of their living, coping with disease, to sharing joys and pleasures.
That's so important, and I know our commission has made caregiving one of its priorities. So thank you so much. We're about out of time.
Oh,
so glad you could come in.
Wonderful.
When we return, we'll talk about the many services county libraries offers us. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back. Montgomery County Libraries today offers so much more than just books, although we all like their books. And joining me to tell us more of some of the other services our libraries are offering are Parker Hamilton, the director of the Montgomery County Department of Libraries, and Mary Ellen Ikaza, manager of the Virtual Services Branch. That's a new one. welcome to Seniors Today. Welcome back, Parker.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be back.
So the libraries are just fantastic. There's so many things going on. Tell us about some of the things that, particularly for seniors.
Well, you know, we have many, many services inside our libraries and also, as we call it, outside our walls. So when you come into our branches, as you said, we have lots of books. We have gatherings places. We have opportunities for seniors and others to talk with our wonderful staff. I think that's just a wonderful opportunity to learn about books, to learn about what is happening in Montgomery County.
And you've even recently trained some of your staff on senior issues.
Yes, we have. We have a senior steering committee, and you're a part of that committee. And so we look to our frontline staff who talk to the seniors on a daily basis to tell us the programs and services that they're interested in having, and then we do our best to implement them with the help of seniors, because we do use volunteers.
But this virtual services branch, that sounds new to me, Mary Ellen. Tell us about that.
Well, our virtual branch is available on our web 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we offer downloadable ebooks, magazines, audiobooks, music, online databases. We have a lot that people can access from wherever they are with an internet connection.
Wow, the changing library.
Yes. Yes.
How do you possibly decide buy books? I mean, how do you, that's challenging.
Well, you know, that's a good question. About 5 years ago, Mr. Leggett convened a library summit on the future of public libraries. And we use that as the framework for creating our strategic plan. So we decide what we do based on the voices that we hear from our residents. So Mr. Leggett is going to convene a second summit on September 24th. And we're hoping that on that day that all of Montgomery County will be talking about public library services.
Oh, that's so great.
We're going to have many, many venues. We'll have the main venue at the Silver Spring Civic Center, but we'll have sites in Gaithersburg. We're hoping that Montgomery College will be able to have a conversation with their students, the public school system, and then we're going to use social media so that we have no barriers to folks telling us what they would like to see in their public library. So we're going to have the man on the street. We're going to ask Mr. Leggett to do some online chatting, and Mary Ellen and her staff will be tweeting and Facebooking and Instagramming and all of the stuff.
It's going to be a busy day,
Yeah.
exciting day.
I think I need to come to the library and get some of this technical assistance. You kind of view the libraries as like a community center, don't you?
We are a community center. We where folks gather. We're lifelong learning takes place there. Folks come
Yeah,
to
Montgomery
meet.
College has some classes there, I think.
Montgomery Colleges have classes at our Gaithersburg branch. We have the Gilchrist Center in our Gaithersburg branch. So for a lot of our residents, we're one stop. So you come and you get your recreation. We have yoga in some of our
Yoga in a library?
Yes,
Wow.
we do. Meditation. And so oftentimes they come and get, I want my book, but I'm going to stay for this program. Or either I'm going to come to this program, like our movie series, and then I'll get my books afterwards.
Yeah, I just learned that the Davis Library actually has a movie series for seniors.
Yes, they do.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think I heard that you have some kind of a program involving young people helping seniors. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Certainly. At many of our branches, we offer ebook assistance and device assistance. So library customers can come into the branch and they can bring their devices with them.
Wow.
And they can get one-on-one assistance with downloading any of our resources, the ebooks, the audiobooks, magazines, onto their device. And it's been a wonderful program. We have teen volunteers that volunteer their time to work with the customers coming in. And the people who coming in with the devices, I think, have found it very useful because they're getting that hands-on time and somebody's walking them through the process so that they leave with library material on their device.
So I don't have a tablet, but I have a smartphone and a laptop. I could bring one of those in and they could help me.
Absolutely.
How do I find out when and where?
Okay, we have on our website, we have our calendar of events, and you can look under the computer technology programs, and you'll see right in the descriptions for them, they'll say ebooks, wireless Wednesdays, tech Tuesdays, and they're offered throughout the county.
So you want to give the website for?
Sure, it's www.montgomerycountymd.gov/library.
So we have a very diverse population now, as you know. How are you dealing with, I mean, there's the language issues. How do you deal with that?
Well, you know, it's great to live in Montgomery County because we do have that diversity, and we are challenged every day to make informed decisions. So we have print materials, we have online materials.
In other languages?
In other languages. So we have one of our databases is called the Mango database. So if you wanted to learn a language like Spanish, you can go and use that database.
Oh, wow.
Or if a Spanish-speaking person wants to learn English, they can go there and use that database as well.
Terrific.
If you're getting ready to travel and you want to get some phrases for the country you're going in, it's a great database that you can use. The other thing that we offer in Montgomery County is a database where if you're transitioning into retirement, for example, and you really don't want to retire, you want to learn some new skills, we have a database where you can go and there and learn Microsoft. You can get a cosmetology license. You can just do almost any transition to a new skill that you're interested in. And what's really cool, if you really want to get a second job, you can get a certificate of completion so that when you go and apply, it's not that you only have this life experience, you also have a certificate to show that, yes, I have the skill sets and I can do this job.
Wow.
So it's great for seniors.
It sounds terrific. Before
Yeah.
we run out of time, I want to tell folks about there's going to be a new Silver Spring Library soon.
Yeah, Mr. Leggett is going to open that June 20th at 11 a.m. So
What is going to be different about that library?
what's going to be different about that library? One of the most important thing, I think, is we're going to have a tech bar. You know, you love technology.
Yeah,
And so we learn a lot from our businesses like Apple. And so we know that people like to experiment and try out devices before they buy it. So we're going to have Kindles, iPads, smartphones, just all the new e-devices at this tech bar.
Wow.
And our staff will be there. And so customers can come and make a decision about whether or not they're going to buy this particular device.
That's terrific.
Or
helpful.
after they have bought the device,
How to
they
use
can
it?
come and we'll show them how to use it.
That's marvelous.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, but this building's also interesting. It's going to have what, housing and
Yeah, we're on a site with housing.
It's a multi-story.
Yeah, the
library.
library
That's
is
a first.
the library's 5 stories. We're on 3 floors.
That's so exciting.
And we're going to have a coffee bar.
A coffee bar.
Yes.
Wow, lots of bars.
Lots of bars, lots of bars.
And the dedication you said is
June 20th at
Oh,
11 a.m. Mr. Leggett will open up the
library.
ceremony. We'll open up the
So great,
library.
Parker. So
Yes.
thank you so much for coming in. I love
you
the
for having me.
libraries.
Oh, good. Thank you.
When we come back, we'll close the show today with a look at an upcoming major job expo. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now.
Be active, Montgomery. Be active. Be active, Montgomery. Be active, Montgomery. Be active, Montgomery.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. The 50 Plus Employment Expo will be held on June 1st at the Marriott North Bethesda Conference Center. And joining me to talk about the expo is Mickey Gordon, the Assistant CEO of the Jewish Council for the Aging. Well, welcome back to Seniors Today.
Well, thank you. But before we even say a word, I have to congratulate you.
What
You
have
have
I-
a milestone
Oh.
of all of the productions you've done.
Oh, thank you.
What's the number? Share.
It'll be 150 in June.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
And on behalf of JCA and the community, we
Well,
thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we talk about the expo, which of course is relevant to this question I'm going to ask you, is what do you see as the state of employment of older people in the county today?
The reason, and one of the great impetus that we want to do the expo, is that a younger person looking for a job, the stats are 6 months, maybe 9 months it takes for them to look for a position. For a senior, it could be 18 to 24 months, even today, looking for a job. And then what happens is many people will either be fortunate enough to find a job, part-time or full-time, maybe do volunteer work, which would then translate into a job, or they just say to themselves, it's not going to happen. Or a fax, a phone, a computer, and they become a consultant.
Yeah.
So it's a very difficult
challenging,
situation,
yeah.
very challenging, which is why we hold these expos, which have, working with the county, which we're so grateful to be able to present, have helped so many people.
Well, I think if I remember correctly, last year you had about like 3,500 people. I mean,
It is.
Yeah.
It is really amazing,
Yeah.
because most of the people, if not all, are looking, and the last few years, you know, they thought they'd retire, they
Yeah.
thought they'd have the disposable income,
Right.
and then things didn't work out the way they had planned, and now they're going back into a job market where the person that they're interviewing with could
Is-
be the age of their grandchild.
Correct, yeah, it's very challenging. I can see that. I mean, some people need to work for the income, as you say.
Yes.
And some people need to work just because it's engaged. It's. I mean.
Keeps your mind active,
Yeah,
it keeps you
exactly.
productive.
You know, so tell us about the expo. I mentioned it was June 1st.
Yes, June 1st at the Marriott Hotel and Conference Center on Marinelli. It is literally across from the White Flint Metro, so very easy access, free
Right.
parking. For job seekers, there is no pre-registration. People just attend, but I still have plenty of room for employers. There is no fee to have a table. My only criteria is you must have jobs. I can't have an employer come just to advertise their business.
So last year, how many employers did you have?
We had a little over 50 employers. We have about 35 community resources, which give information to seniors because we're there and we want them to know what's out there in the county.
Oh, yeah, so great resource. For,
Yes.
You know,
We have 7 seminars that run twice during the day. We have an internet cafe to help people with online job searching, applications, and then we have resume reviewing.
Right, I know some of the folks volunteer to help with that reserve. That's terrific. So it's a great resource. So the seminars are like what kinds of topics?
Well, the things have changed dramatically. You know, years ago, somebody, you know, looked in the newspaper, they answered an ad, they sent in a resume.
Right.
And so people think that bringing resumes, they're going to be able to interview on the spot. Most of the time, this HR people are going to say, go into that internet cafe and apply online.
Right.
So what we need for people to do is to learn new techniques into job searching. So we have a seminar on LinkedIn. We have one on how to prepare a resume, even down to the point of, I know it sounds old-fashioned, but people still like to get a thank you note after they meet with someone.
Oh, that's so great.
And just the eye contact and dressing for the interview and practice sessions, what questions might be asked, how to present yourself. You know, many years ago, a resume could have been 4 or 5 pages with a lovely picture. We don't want that for the senior.
Right.
We want to be able to, you know, target, highlight their talents, their skills, their tasks to help them, you know, re-enter the job market. So we have a variety. We have LinkedIn, which is a good way of now getting online and meeting with other like-interested people. We have AARP doing one called Life Reimagined. We have a whole variety of different seminars.
Do you have any sense, I mean, I know it's hard to be scientific about this, from last year, for example, of whether folks have gotten jobs? I mean, you try to do some kind of an evaluation.
We have done evaluations, and what we do is a week, a month, and 6 months out, we actually I have staff calling people, those who give us information.
Yeah, of
Many
course,
people
yeah.
don't want even
Yeah,
to give you their
sure,
phone number,
sure.
but just to ask very simplistic questions. Have they gotten a job? Is it as a result of the expo? I can't say that absolute, but sometimes they've met people, because we also have job club tables
great.
where people with like interests can sit down and meet each other. And I think people like to know that there are other people in the same boat as them.
You want to give a website, because that people can then look at
Yes. In
more
addition, the website is www.accessjca.org, and the May edition of the Beacon newspaper will have a 4-page spread that will list the seminars, the times,
all the details.
all the details,
So that's
even
great.
down to the employers who have registered to date.
Well, before we run out of time, I want to have folks know a little bit about it, because you have some other programs related to employment. Well, I think one is called the Career Gateway.
Yes. We have what's called the JCA University, and that falls under Ellen Greenberg. And we created a few years back what we call Career Gateway. And this is to help people get back into the job market. It is a 6-session class, very concentrated, and they get a mentor. And we actually walk them through the process of how they need in today's times to look for a job. That has had remarkable success. We've had 1 out of 4 people within 12 weeks of taking the class get a job.
Now, there is a charge for that.
Yes, but it's a $75
Right,
charge.
right.
The classes run concurrently, but unfortunately, if we had the funding, it could go throughout the year. It'll start again in the fall.
In the fall, great. And one last thing, you have an employment program for
low
income folks.
And that is called CSEP, Senior Community Service Employment Program. It is for people living in Montgomery County at 125% of poverty level, and unfortunately there are quite a few.
And you have a waiting list for
Yes,
that.
and that is a 3-tier program. We place you in a nonprofit or government agency similar to an internship that a student would have, hoping it'll generate a full-time
That's a
job.
great program. You do so much for unemployment. It's so great. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Well, good luck on the expo. I'm sure you'll have close to 3,000 again.
I'm sure we will.
Well, that's it for this month's Seniors Today. Don't forget that you can access a great deal of information about county services for seniors by going to the Montgomery County Senior website at www.montgomerycountymd.gov/seniors, or call the Senior Resource Line at 240-777-3000. And as always, thank you for watching Seniors Today.
For those dealing with the struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for advice and support.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls: 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Drivers, it's your job to expect the unexpected. Walkers and cyclists, you need to move with caution and pay attention to your surroundings. There's a lot going on out there, and you don't want to miss anything.
Ever pull into a parking lot and think, what's up with those pedestrians? Sometimes they seem so oblivious to vehicles. Park, start walking to the store, and wow, those drivers are so aggressive. They act like the lot is theirs. It's no wonder that nearly 1/3 of pedestrian collisions occur in parking lots, and a significant number cause severe injuries. Avoid becoming a statistic. Drivers, don't run over people. Pedestrians, don't get run over.